Hi Chris, welcome to the Festival Studios TV. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great, Ali. It's good to have a moment just to catch up with you.
I know. You having a good weekend?
Yeah, it's fantastic, and such a lot of good things happening all over the festival site once again this year.
Yeah.
And my, hasn't the weather been beautiful? It's been a fantastic bonus. People have been enjoying the sunshine and just catching up with friends, just sitting in the orchard. It's all fantastic.
What's been some of your highlights of festival this weekend so far?
Well, it's difficult. I mean, because you're involved in one or two particular venues, you don't get a chance to go around and see them all. But so I've been mainly in the big tent. We've had some great opportunities there to hear God speak to His people responding, people just being encouraged in their own Christian discipleship, and this idea of reconnecting has been very much part of the theme of this weekend.
And this is your last festival as principal, which is very sad for us all that have been involved.
Well, it is, Ali. 8 years. It's gone by very quickly, really.
I remember the first one you ever did, actually, but different story. What are some of the things, the impact the festival's had on your journey of being here and being involved? What are some of the things you'll take away from this place?
I was doing a seminar yesterday, and one of the things I was talking about, reflecting on my time as principal, was holding on to the heritage of the past of Cliff, but also trying to adapt to the changing context. And festival is one of those things where we really do connect with our heritage, because it's not coming to study, you're not coming with a certain academic ability. You can come, anybody can come and learn something. The seminars, sharing in the worship, and the informal conversation, and it's a place where God changes lives still today. And that, to me, is really important, that we're not just moving to become an academic institution, we're still an evangelistic institution, and an institution which equips people for mission and service. And so festival is one, it's not the only place Cliff does that, but it's one of the places we do that, and so it's really important to me.
And where are you going to? It'd be good for those who are watching online to find out where you're up to, what you're off to do. Yeah,
I'm going to be, I'm a Methodist minister, and so I'm going to be the superintendent minister of the Methodist Circuit, we call it, which is an area of churches around the Farnborough, Aldershot, Farnham, Fleet area, sort of down the M3, if you know sort of that area. And to be a minister with particular responsibility for a church at North Camp, which is the southern end of Farnborough, and the other side of the road is Aldershot. So it works in the Farnborough North Camp community, but also in the military community. And actually there's a full-time lay worker there, Dave Betts, who was at Cliff 20 years ago, and he left Cliff and got a job there, and he's been there 20 years serving the military community as a lay worker, making connections, and with the community around, and that work's still going strong today. So there's a real Cliff link.
Yeah, absolutely. And Holy Ground's the theme for this weekend. What does Holy Ground mean for you? What impact has that had on you and your faith journey?
I mean, there is a sense, of course, where God is with us wherever we are, and there's no place where God is not or cannot be. I want to say that. But there are special places where people have met for prayer, places that are set aside for prayer and worship and reflection. And I mean, Cliff has always been that sort of place. And it's interesting, when you work here, you get involved in the detail and the nitty-gritty of day by day, but to actually hear from people who say, as soon as I came across the threshold, I knew this was a special place. And that sort of special place is a place where, as somebody said in one of the meetings, God gets our attention. And coming here, when God gets our attention, God can speak into our lives.
That's really exciting. I guess end on a story for you of maybe someone else who's been impacted by the work of Cliff or you. What are some of the stories of people who've been impacted by Cliff while you've been here that will stick with you?
I mean, the exciting thing is that some of the people have been impacted while I've been here. They've got many decades of service, and so we'll see that into the future. I hear people who were changed, 20, 30, 40 years ago, and come and tell me they've given their lives for Christ. But the exciting thing is, of course, young people are giving their lives now.
Oh, man.
I think it was the evangelist Dwight Moody who said sometimes, recording of a meeting, 2.5 people gave their lives for Christ. What he meant by that was the half person was perhaps middle-aged. They only had half a life, but the two were young people, and they have their whole lives ahead of them. And we've heard this week people giving their lives, young people giving their lives in the Ignite and Pulse tents, and they've got their life of service and mission ahead of them, and that's really exciting.
It's very exciting. Thanks so much for all you've done for us as a team, and also for the whole Cliff community. We're grateful for all the stuff.
Okay, thanks, Ali. Good chatting with you.
And we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.